apparently Harry Maguire wants to play. And I thought it was the manager who picked the team. Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here, and you are very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Are you feeling charitable? Then smash the subscribe button and the like button, and please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. So there has been a Manchester United press conference, and I found a few quotes from Ollie. So on Harry Maguire, and this is quite funny actually, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says Harry Maguire picked up a knock during the England game on Wednesday and will be assessed today. He wants to play. I don't care if he wants to play or not. He's a fucking liability. Listen, for those of you saying that Harry Maguire was an Ed Woodward signing and not an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer signing, listen, the spin to defend this manager is getting embarrassing. This is the player that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wanted. He misjudged him. It was the wrong buy for us. We didn't know it. We're just football fans. But he should have known this, and he should have done his due diligence, right? He's an £80 million flop. He has never played well for our club. Never. He has not reached the heights. He's been here, about a year now? That's quite a good amount of time to assess what type of player he's been for us. He's a flop. He got himself in trouble in Greece. It's embarrassing. Any other manager would have stripped him of the captaincy and spun it, right? Not him. He backed him, right? He kept the captaincy. He's not a good captain. He's not a leader. And at the end of the day, he will probably play tomorrow. He will probably play. We'll see what happens with this slight knock. If the excuse for him not playing is an injury, then I'm going to have a very itchy chin. Because in my day, when someone was bullshitting, we said itchy chin because we didn't believe them. But absolutely ridiculous situation. You know, he's defending his man. He's defending his one of his record purchases. And no one's swallowing it. Something else, right. Now he talks about the rumours that him and Bruno don't get on. Any chance from the outside they want to create a division? Bruno has lost 2 league games since he came in Feb. He is not used to losing, but this is what happens when we lose. Welcome to Manchester United. People try to create division. It is not going to happen. Right. So Bruno said this the other day on the rumours that him and Ollie fell out during the Tottenham game. He said, do not use my name to create divisions in between my players and my manager. And he claims that he backs his manager, and there's no doubt, blah, blah, blah. Well, he's not going to come out and say, basically, the manager we have's got a crap CV, his tactical knowledge you could write at the back of a fag packet. He's not going to say that, is he? So all this comes as very little surprise. The way he puts it is amazing, and it's what I would expect from a leader. Harry Maguire isn't a leader. Bruno Fernandes is a leader. A leader has the guts to stand in front of a goalkeeper and take penalties consistently because there's a pressure there. And not everyone can do that. A leader runs up and down the pitch even when he's not playing well. Right? The difference between Bruno Fernandes and Harry Maguire is so obvious to see. But Ollie, and this is evidence why Ollie shouldn't be managing Manchester United, he's going to stick with Maguire. So if he's unfit, he won't play tomorrow, then he'll come back in the next game. Pointless. There's no need for that. He has failed at Manchester United, right? Bring in Lindelof and Bailey. They have played together before effectively under Jose Mourinho for a brief period. Give them a chance. Give them a run out. Let Bailey play a few games before we judge him. He's had a long injury list, right? They can play together with very few mistakes. I believe they're leaps ahead of Maguire as centre-backs. I actually believe that. I think Lindelof is a really, really good defender if we give him a chance. But he needs a chance, and we need to consistently play Lindelof and Bailey. I don't understand this underrating of Lindelof and Bailey. It's shocking to me when I hear the defence of Maguire because he's English, right? But these two foreign defenders get so slaughtered after a few mistakes, right? But when you go around the internet, you see the defence of Maguire. He's been through so much, but the mental health excuse is brilliant. That's brilliant. This is like a Black Ops cover story now. He's got mental problems. He's depressed. Wouldn't you be after what you went through? I don't know how I would react to it. It's a terrible thing to go through if you're innocent. I don't believe that he is, but never mind. But yeah, Fernandes and the way he talks, I like it, but not a word of truth has escaped his lips. And there's another quote I found. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer calls Facundo Pellistri one for the future, and on Pogba comments on Real Madrid, Paul's our player. He's going to be here for another 2 years. I'm sure he's focused on doing his best for us. I'm sure in the next couple of years we'll get the best out of him. I don't know about you, but this doesn't fill me with much confidence, right? He's here for the next 2 years. That means you have no intention of offering him an extension, and he has no extension. He has no intention of accepting an extension. That is telling. Forget what he's saying. Don't forget, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the man who told us at the beginning, was it, of last season, we'd be surprised how many games Sanchez would play for Manchester United. Not long after, he went out to Inter on loan. So he's totally unreliable, Ole, on these quotes. But it does tell a story. He's here for 2 years. So he's going to go. He's decided he's going to go. Is he going to go on a free? Or by God, hopefully you actually bother to sell him. Why is he going to be here for 2 years if you've got no intention of extending his contract? He should be off. This is, again, very, very problematic from the club above and from the manager. 2 years. I don't want him here for 2 years. If he's not going to sign an extension, he should go now. And when we do get a new manager, and it's inevitable, whoever it is, Poch or someone else, they need to boot him out immediately. He's been here. Is this the second? Yeah, this is the second manager he's been under. Now, there hasn't been any war of words between them. There wasn't a fallout like there was between him and Mourinho, because Mourinho doesn't suffer fools gladly. Nothing's going to change with Pogba. He'll play well, he'll play badly, he'll be inconsistent, he'll laugh when we're losing. Right, I like him. He's a really good player, and he's a Manchester United youth player. But at the end of the day, it's never going to work with this guy here. I don't know why. I don't know what his issue is. He doesn't want to be at our club, and he shouldn't be forced to stay. Because ultimately, it's not about giving him what he wants. It's if we've got a player that's unhappy at the club, who doesn't want to be at the club, what's the point? There is no point. This guy should have been sold in the summer. Real Madrid would have gladly given us the money. Now, I don't know what they're willing to give. Now there is a question mark over Real Madrid's finances as well. Maybe this year, this COVID year, wasn't the best time for the sale to be made. But I believe if we don't sell him next summer, we're making a big mistake, because we can't allow him to go for fucking free. This is serious. This is ridiculous. There's too many things going on at the club that really anger me and wind me up. At the end of the day, right, this Pogba situation should be a chief executive thing. Now, even if the manager says, yeah, I like him, I want him to stay, the chief executive's going to have to say, listen, he won't sign an extension to his 2-year deal. He has to go. We can't sit here and let him go on a free to Real Madrid, which is probably what he's hoping for, right? Good signing on fee and all of that, right? No. We should have sold him this summer. And if we couldn't because they wouldn't give us enough, then we have to sell him next summer. There can be no dwindling on this. I don't want him here for 2 years. What for? He's not committed. I know Pogba has his fans and his detractors. I'm neither. I think when he plays, he's a 6-foot player. He's tall. He can run with the ball. He can disperse the ball. He can create chances. He can score goals. If you just listen to that written down, it's amazing. Why would you want to get rid of a player like that, Mick? Because he's not committed to the club for one reason or the other. The behaviour of him and his representatives has been reprehensible. We can't carry on like this. We have to be honest about this. If I was a new manager coming into Manchester United, he would be out on his ear. Now, we have a massive game against Newcastle. Now, Ollie's away record is pretty impressive. I think, we've lost 2 games since January or February away from home. But that just reminds you how crap we are at home. It's no good proudly, touting out how good we are away from home, because this is Manchester United. And we keep on getting turned over and embarrassed and battered on our own ground. There's no excuses for this. Crystal Palace, Tottenham. Who's next? Leighton Orient coming over to Old Trafford in an FA Cup game or something and knocking us out. This is not on. This is simply not on. And something has to be done about this. But we have won one game away from home. We were still battered by Brighton, by the way. We're just lucky. In fact, we were really effective on the counter. We did open them up quite a bit, which was good. But defensively, we were absolutely all over the place. Again, really, really problematic. Right, we haven't played Lindelof and Bailey together for a long time. It's time to put them back. And I think give them a few games and they will be effective. In terms of the centre midfield, you definitely need Matic in there. But personally, I think that since we dropped Fred, it's been really, really problematic. And I don't understand why we dropped Fred. But we shall see what happens there. Attack-wise, our players have got to start scoring goals. We still haven't got the new signing from PSG available. We probably won't have any of the new signings available for this weekend. So we've got to stick with what we've got. We can keep on blaming the lack of transfers and the so-called failure of the transfer deadline, or whatever you want to call it, right? But we have got really good players who should be able to beat anyone on their day, and they're not doing that. In fact, they're laying down and dying. This is a massive game that we may win. I think we've got a good chance of winning this game because it's away from home. We play on the break. It's a good opportunity. But at the end of the day, he has to get results, and it can't just be about Newcastle. He has to keep on winning, however good these teams are, because if he doesn't win and he keeps on losing, especially against Newcastle, because everybody knows at the club that this is a winnable game. If he can't even win this game, surely he has to go. Comment down below, like, share and subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow to preview the Newcastle Man United game. See you again then.